She just committed perjury. Because that's a bald-faced lie.
This is in the District Court of Butler County, Kansas, case entitled In the Matter of the Marriage of Krishana Hornseth and Sean Hornseth, case number 2024 DM 280. Krishana, the petitioner, appears with her attorney, Jennifer Lotz. Sean Hornseth appears apparently representing himself. This matter comes before the court at this time for further review of the status of the case, as well apparently as hearing on a motion to establish child support and assign debt. I trust, Sean, that you're aware of the motion that was filed?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Lotz, you may proceed further in regards to this motion.
I would like to file a continuance because I can't get an attorney till the 21st. I can't afford legal representation because I've talked to several attorneys. They want $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for retainer fees, and I don't have that.
All
so
right, let's let the other side fully join the meeting, and then we'll address this.
I do have a question, sir.
Okay, again, let's let the other side join us.
I just had a question for you. Is this broadcasted live? I'm going to end up all over the internet again, or?
It is broadcast live, yes. It is an expansion of the concept of an open courtroom, open to the public.
No, that's fine.
Our broadcasting merely just increases our transparency and expands information available to the public. Ms.
Yeah, that's fine.
I need you to join with audio here.
I'm here.
I realize that, Sean. You're fine. Your video and audio are spot on.
Thank you, sir.
The court will resume proceedings at this time. Again, Sean representing himself, Jennifer Lotz, the attorney, with Krishana Hornseth, the petitioner in this case. There is a motion currently before the court, but Mr. Hornseth has requested a continuance. Your view on that, Ms. Lotz?
Your Honor, we're fine with continuing we're fine with continuing the assignment of debt. However, she's not had any child support paid since the inception of this case, since they've been split up. We'd like you to order some temporary child support, even if it's at mandatory minimum wage. She's currently providing for 5 children on her own, and she needs some help, Judge.
All right, I'm aware of the worksheet that you submitted with your request, but I have a question about it. The income number that you use for Sean is higher than what you claim his income is on the domestic relations affidavit. Why is that?
Well, Your Honor, that child support worksheet was submitted before I got in the case. I have previously looked at the DRAs. As I understand, Mr. Hornseth is not currently working. We're not too clear about that. So what I did is I did another child support worksheet, calculated him at $15 an hour, gave him credit for mother claiming the tax exemption every year for all children. And that came out to be $744 in child support. That's with my client making $5,680 gross income and him making $15, which comes out to $2,600 monthly.
All right. Was this child support worksheet submitted with your motion?
It was not. I just learned that he didn't have a job, and I did a quick child support worksheet. I actually don't know if he's working or not. We received information that he might be working. He told me he wasn't working, so we're unsure of his status. So I had to do a child support worksheet that kind of allotted for that.
All right, Mr. Hornseth, you previously apparently had a construction job that paid you over $100,000 a year?
Yes, sir, I did.
But you don't have that job now?
No, because Krishana took my car from me. I have a witness willing to testify that I gave her the money to make the car payment and she did not do it. She had the car repossessed and I have no way to get to work. So yes, I lost my job.
All right, the motion also says that you're now driving a truck that was originally bought for one of your children.
No, sir. The truck was repossessed. I had a car, a 2016 Malibu, and I admitted myself into the hospital. As much as I hate to admit it, I admitted myself into the hospital. I was in the hospital for 4 days. Krishana agreed that if I brought her the money for the car payment, she would make the car payment and everything would be okay. I gave her the money for the insurance. I gave her the money for the K-tag and all that, $800 in cash. I have a witness willing to testify to that I gave her that money. And she never gave that to the bank. The bank showed up, repossessed my car. I talked to her about this. I have the text messages to prove that. And the very next morning, after Veterans Day, I called the bank to make arrangements to go get my car so I could go to work. And she had already gone and got the car. And she's trying to deny the fact that I gave her that money. And like I said, I have a witness willing to testify that I gave her that money to make that car payment, to pay that insurance, to take care of it to where my car would not get repossessed. So I had a way to work. She had my car repossessed. She went and picked the car up, and now I have no way to work. So yes, and right now I have no job because I can't get to work.
Your Honor, she denies receiving any money from him. The car hadn't been paid in months. She did not repossess the car. The bank did that. The car released the truck to her because she had to borrow money from her grandparents to get that car out. Or I'm sorry, the truck. To get the truck out.
No, I got the car out.
Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't have the truck. She has the car that belongs to the daughter. The car is what got repossessed. It always belonged to the daughter. She got the car out with the help of maternal grandparent to get that out, and she never received any money from him. We're also, just to let you know, we're also being told by him that he's getting ready to go to rehab in Florida for inpatient treatment, and he has a plane ticket. I'm not sure what's going on with this, but we got some things to straighten out. I would like to sit down with Mr. Hornseth and my client to try to work out a settlement agreement, or in the alternate, just set this for trial and get temporary child support ordered.
And again, I have a witness willing to testify that I gave her $800 in cash to pay the car payment, the insurance, the K-tags, everything that was due, everything that was owed. I have a witness willing to testify, a credible witness. So she can continue to lie, whatever.
Yeah.
But I gave her $800 in cash to make my car payment, to take care of everything, because I was going into treatment to try to get help.
All right. Some of these issues can be deferred until a later date for resolution. However, at the last hearing in October 16th specifically, this court specifically said the child support may be retroactively granted upon presentation of a child support worksheet with proper numbers, may be addressed further on 11/18. Well, that's exactly what the court intends to do. There's 5 children in this relationship. The children are apparently living with a mother in this case. There isn't a current child support order in the case, and there needs to be one.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little uncomfortable at this point with a $15 an hour figure. That's not federal minimum wage, Ms. Louts.
I understand. I could calculate it at $12.57 if you'd like. I picked that because I thought it was a fair number and he could find a job for that.
You're talking $12.57 a month?
Yes.
And
All right.
how am I supposed to find a job with no vehicle?
Court will so direct. It's obviously that you have skills that you could be working, Mr. Hornseth, if you elect not to, for whatever reason. And you should be eligible for unemployment if you're not employed. So the court's going to order that child support be recomputed. Mr. Hornseth, the equivalency of federal minimum wage for 40 hours, effective for the calendar month of November and all subsequent months until further order of the court.
Can I get my car back?
Well, are you paying for the car?
I have a witness willing to testify that I gave her the money to pay for the car. She's lying about that. She's committing perjury.
He hadn't made a payment since September.
And whose name is this car?
It's in both of our names.
From the primary.
Your Honor, my
I'm
client's my client's primarily on the note for that car. And if you're talking about the car, we're talking about the daughter's car that they have for her.
We bought,
The truck was always father's and should be father's responsibility.
the truck has been repossessed. The car was bought for me because it got good mileage. She's lying. She's committing perjury. The car is mine. She knows what she's doing. And I gave her the money for the car. I gave her $800 in cash. I have a witness willing to testify that I gave her that money to make the car payment because
Why
I
did
was
you make
having
it in cash and not in some form that could be traced, Mr. Hornson?
because I thought I could trust her.
Hmm.
I took somebody with me to witness me giving her the money. I have a credible witness. I gave her $800 in cash to make the car payment so that the car did not get repossessed. She did not make the car payment. She let the car be repossessed, and then she went and paid the note with the money I gave her and took the car from me. It's the only vehicle I have. That's the only way I have to get to work.
Again,
I want my car back.
Your Honor, this is his responsibility to make his car payments for his car. It's not hers.
He
She denies
agreed to
ever
do that.
receiving
Just a
any
minute,
cash.
Mr. Hornson, hang on, let me hear her out.
If he was indeed at the hospital and gave her the money at the hospital to receive payment, she denies it. If he was outside of the hospital when he gave her that money, my question is, why didn't he just make the payment himself? It doesn't compute.
Because I was admitting myself into the hospital. I was admitting myself into the hospital, and she was nice and civil. I have the text messages to prove it.
And
That she took the cash, she would make the car payment and take care of it while I was in the hospital because I didn't know how long I'd be in there. I have a credible witness that will testify that I gave her the cash in the parking lot of her job.
Okay, where is this credible witness? Mr.
Right
Hornson?
here. Right here.
It's his mom.
Would you like to speak to her?
Okay, and who is this?
This is my mother. She's the one that took me when I gave her the cash.
All right.
All right.
All right, and your name, ma'am?
My name is Lisa Hornseth.
All right, I'm going to take some testimony from you at this time. If you'd raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay, state your name again for the record, please.
Lisa Hornseth.
Your relationship to Sean?
I'm his mother.
All right, he relates to the court that you can verify a certain transaction?
Yes.
All right.
I had gone with him. I had taken him to meet Shanna because she had said that she would pay his car payment if he gave her the cash. I watched him count the cash out in my car, get out of my car, and hand it to Shanna. And she agreed to make, as she was walking away to go into work, he said, just make sure you make that car payment. And she agreed. He gave her $800 in cash.
Okay. Ms. Louds, do you have any questions for her?
No, Your Honor, none. I'd like to have my client testify as well.
Very well. Yeah, I think I'm going to want Sean back in the picture. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, I'll go ahead and administer an oath to her at this time.
Raise your right hand.
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God?
Yeah.
Okay, state your name, please.
Shanna Hornseth.
All right,
Yes.
Ms. Louds, you may take it from here.
Ms. Hornseth, did you ever receive any cash from Sean Hornseth for the payment of the car or the truck?
No.
Have you spoken to the bank about getting the vehicle back out of repo?
Yes.
And can you tell me, when you got the vehicle back, did they release it to you?
Yes.
And this is whose car?
It's mine. And it's my daughter's. So it
It's
was
your
bought
daughter's
from,
car.
we bought it for our daughter.
Okay. And that car was always meant for your daughter?
Yes.
And why was the bank not willing to release that vehicle back to your daughter or or Mr. Hornseth?
Because Melissa stated that Sean had made multiple promises to come in and take care of the note since it hadn't been paid since September, and he never showed up.
And there's a truck as well that Mr. Hornseth drove, correct?
Yes.
What's the status of that truck?
As far as I know, it was at the shop getting fixed. According to Melissa, it hasn't been paid and she doesn't know where it's at. She hasn't received it yet.
Are you aware of how far in default that truck is?
About $4,000.
How many months have been missed of payments?
Probably since July or August
July of August
this year.
of 2024.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, can you further describe the make and model of the car that you're talking about here that you got back from the bank?
It's a 2016 Chevy Malibu.
Okay. And did you have to pay the bank money to get it released?
I did.
Where did you get the money?
My parents, my dad and stepmom.
All right. Did you receive any money from Sean or his mother that was used in any other manner?
No, I have the receipts stating that I've been paying the car insurance as well because he doesn't pay the car insurance.
All right. Now you heard the testimony of Sean's mother.
Yeah.
Who says very clearly that she actually watched this transaction where cash was apparently counted out
Yeah.
in the amount of $800 and given to you.
Yeah.
An event that I would think would be certainly in your memory.
Yeah.
Did that happen or not?
No.
So you're
I
telling
never
the court that she
I
just
never
perjured
received
herself?
cash.
She just perjured herself?
I never
Yes, she
received
did.
cash.
Hey, just a minute, Sean. Don't butt
I
in.
never received cash from them. And I went to the bank and the bank said that Sean has not paid anything. That's why the car was repossessed.
All right.
She just committed perjury. Because that's a bald-faced lie.
All right. Do you have any questions, Sean, that you need to ask her? In other words, you ask the question, she provides the answer.
I've pretty much said everything I need to say. She flat out lied to you, Judge.
All right.
I just want my car back so I can go to work. Because if I can't go to work, I can't provide insurance for my children or child support or anything else.
I thought you were going to check yourself into a hospital.
I'm working on that, but it's an outpatient deal. I go to my outpatient deal every night. I check in. I do my drug test, my breathalyzer. I go to work every day. I cannot go to work without a car. I can't even go to my treatment and what I'm trying to do to benefit myself without a vehicle. And she took the only vehicle I have. I gave her the money and I trusted her to make the payments. We discussed this. I have the text messages to prove it. We discussed this. She told me what was owed. She told me what was owed on the vehicle, the insurance, and the K-tag, and I gave her well over what was due on that. Because if I remember right, the exact amount on what was due on the car, the insurance, and the K-tag was $610. I gave her $800. And I told her, please make the car payment. Please take care of it. I'm going to go admit myself into the hospital. I was trying to get help. I need mental help. I'll admit that fully. I'm going to leave. And I'm trying to do better by myself. But she completely screwed me out of that, took my car. I have no job. I have no way to get to work or anything else. I want my car back. That's the only thing I need right now.
Judge, he has his truck. He can get back anytime he wants.
The truck has a
He can
blown
get it back
motor.
anytime. He
The
can go
truck
get a
has-
job. He can
The
go.
truck
get
has,
Okay, don't
The
talk
truck has
over
a-
each other. Ms. Lutz, you have the floor.
He has complete access to get his truck out. He hadn't made a payment in July due to non-payment by him. He's trying to blame my client for not having a vehicle, when indeed he's the one that hasn't made the payments and didn't pay my client that cash. He has the ability to go to work. Obviously, he has a mother that's there willing to help him get around, possibly to work. There is a way to make money. He's not stuck at his house. He has two legs. He has a skill set he can use. I believe he probably needs to work a little bit harder on getting a job, and I don't think he's tried to work that out at all, Judge.
Can I speak now?
You may.
The truck has a blown motor. She knows this. The truck is up for repossession. I was giving her the money to make the truck payments, and she was refusing to do that. She had the truck towed and had my children tell me that the truck was repossessed. I need my car back. She has a van. She has everything she needs to get the kids around. I need my car. I will make the payments on it. I will never give her another dime towards the car payment. I will take care of it myself. I will get my own insurance. I will never trust her again when it comes to that. I want my car back. My truck is being repossessed. I've already talked to Melissa at the bank. I've already told her where it's at. The repo agent that picked my car up, I told them where it was at. They are going to go get the truck. I cannot afford to pay $4,000 in back payments. The truck has a blown motor. I can't get around in it. I can't drive it. The car is mine. The car was bought for me when I was on the road because my truck gets 15 miles to the gallon and the car got 40 miles to the gallon. We bought that car so it was more fuel efficient for me to travel for work. I need my car back. She has her vehicle. I'm not trying to leave her stranded. She has her van. I want my car back.
All right, Ms.
And
Watson,
like
is your
I said-
client obligated on the note on this vehicle?
I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't hear
She
that.
obligated on the car note?
She is. She's the primary. He's a co-signer.
As all of our vehicles are.
And again, she had to pay $1,200 to get this vehicle out of repo that she had to borrow from her grandfather.
Let me see the paperwork on that because that's a lie.
I'd be willing to provide that to Mr. Hornseth.
All right.
Okay.
And the court will
Okay,
solve it.
so hold on. I gave her $800 in cash to catch everything up. I'll give her the other $400 to go towards the $1,200. Give me my car back. Is that fair?
No, I don't believe it's fair.
Well, all right.
Judge, that's for,
You guys want to negotiate, do it outside of
Right.
my court. Quite frankly, the court deems this $800 issue to be a disputed one. The court is not inclined to change possession of any vehicles at this time. The court will simply allow the persons currently in possession of these vehicles to remain in possession of these vehicles as a temporary order in this case. That does not necessarily address final disposition of these vehicles. As far as a temporary order is concerned, the court's going to maintain current possession of these vehicles with the party who currently has them without a transfer order. I also would highly suggest, Sean, that in the future, any payments that you make in regards to this case are done in a manner in which you can document them.
I had
There's already made a child support order in this case.
and how am I supposed to do
The
that?
court is
when I have
also
no-
looking, and I want to finish my thought here. In looking at the feasibility of who is making payments and who isn't. It's clear to the court that Sean's not making the payments, that the wife is making payments at this current time. It's more feasible that these vehicles are going to be paid for by one who's currently showing the financial responsibility. And I will note that the wife is also currently obligated on these notes, therefore has an incentive to make these payments. The truck has apparently got some huge defaults on it as far as payments. It's not in even condition to drive. The court's going to leave possession of the vehicles where they currently are. Other issues will be deferred to a future date. How long is it going to take you, Sean, to get an attorney on board?
I have an attorney that's supposed to contact me November 21st. I had to go through Kansas Legal Aid because I couldn't afford the $4,000 retainer for a different attorney.
All right. Sloss, if you'll draft an order stemming from today's proceedings.
yes, Your Honor.
Andy, can you suggest a January date?
Sorry.
I'm not going to schedule a trial date until I have an attorney on board for Mr. Hornseth, and he apparently wants to retain counsel. So I'm going to establish this next date as a pretrial conference. We'll see what issues still remain. and set an appropriate trial date on those issues which are identified that time as remaining.
Okay.
Judge, we could use January 17th at 11 a.m.
January 17, 11 o'clock a.m.
So I'm
Let it
supposed to
again
go
be done by
from,
Zoom. January 17 at 11.
so I'm supposed to,
Judge, I have a standing court date in Newton at 11:30 every Thursday.
Okay, Mandy, can you suggest a different time?
The afternoon is open.
I'm free all afternoon.
All right, you'll be back and ready to present a case here again at 2?
Yes.
All right, January 17 at 2? If you'll include that date and time in the order drafted from today, Ms. Lau.